Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys, and I'll do my very best to get to your questions and see if we can't answer your questions here live. So I reviewed the SecureX Shield Bio card-based cryptocurrency wallet in a video that I posted yesterday. So we're going to play around with that a little bit. It's a really cool card and it has some very interesting features. One of the main things I like about it is the e-ink display, which is much clearer and much easier to read than those old rinky-dink LED displays that some cards have. But technology progresses. So we're going to check that card out. We're going to talk about the current state of the market, and we'll do all that tonight. I'm here with the rig and all my other good stuff. It's kind of been foggy and rainy for the last couple of days. Most of the snow has melted off the streets, so we're just kind of in a winter limbo here. Haven't had a clear day in a while. When I first moved to Grand Rapids, one of the parents at the school where my kids were mentioned that, yeah, you know, sometimes in winter here in Grand Rapids, I recall we had like 80 days of overcast weather, no sun for like 80 days. I don't remember. I guess that's like 2.5 months or whatever. But we did have a clear day not too long ago. We did, the sun did peek out, but yeah, it really makes the spring that much more welcome when you have long overcast periods of time. So I love Michigan. I'm not gonna bag on Michigan over the weather. We love Michigan and we love the weather. And so thank you. I'm going to go over here and greet everyone that's here tonight. Let's see here. Kenny was here early, along with Simon. Thank you for being here. Mr. Miskey. Always good to have you guys here. I really kind of worked hard on that suit. Let's see where we are. Yeah, I went through a couple of iterations with my Stable Diffusion to get that suit. It's not really the expression that I was looking for. I wanted to, is the 20% dip over and have me kind of doing this. But I couldn't get that. But I got the suit. I really like that suit. There were several iterations of that suit. I guess I can show you guys here real quick. Yeah. So some were fancier than others. Some weren't quite. Some looked a little cartoony. This one was a contender. I guess I liked this one. That was okay. But it boiled down to, like, you could see I got this one and I was like, hey, this is the one I'm going to go with. This one's kind of interesting. But cool. Yeah, it's really fun playing with Stable Diffusion and AI. Now all I need is an AI 3D printer that'll print me out a suit that looks like this. So I can wear it in the real world, right? That's going to be fun when they can just print that stuff out for us. That'll be cool. So anyway, if you've never been in the live stream, welcome. And we've got a lot of goodies in the description down below here. An overview of what we're going to talk about. Our discussion topic tonight will be data leaks, and are they a threat to my crypto? So we're going to talk about that. A lot of people get really freaked out over data leaks. Albert W. was like, yeah, these data leaks. Yeah, and I get that. But I talked about this on Wednesday. We're going to touch on it today. Is your crypto really at risk just because all your personal information has been leaked? Maybe, but not definitely. Right, so we're going to go into that. And also, as I mentioned, the SecureX Bio crypto wallet card, I've got that charged up and ready to go over here. It's not charging. Let me see here. Oh, there it goes. I was messing around with it. So, yeah, it's charged up. It's ready to go. And also, I've got a new sponsor. They asked me if I wanted to try out their products. I'm going to unbox a couple during the live stream. Magtame cables. You may be familiar with them. But they sent me several of their cables, and they're magnetic and what's the word? I'm like clutter free, yeah, because they're magnetic and they'll coil up. So we're gonna check a couple of those out tonight. As you know, I got cables everywhere, right? I got so many cables all over this place that a couple of coiled cables look like fun to me. And down in the description, there's some links to both of these products and a discount code here, which I've checked out will work. So we'll check with those out. Tangem Wallet link, make sure you use uppercase CryptoDad at checkout, because Tangem Wallets don't have a discount right now, but you can still get my discount. They told me that that code was going to work forever. Really good guys over there at Tangem. So if you want to get a Tangem Wallet at a discount, use all uppercase CryptoDad in the checkout field as you're checking out and apply that discount code. Also, all my other affiliate links for all of the other wallets that I talk about, my CryptoDad merch on my CryptoDad store, the CryptoDad.com, check it out. All the news stories that we're going to cover, I have linked down here. So let's jump into the news, guys. Hey, I was just kind of reading up on this. This is where we're at right now. As you can see, we're above 42, so we're doing pretty good going into the weekend. And this article is going to talk about the closing. Although Bitcoin trades 24/7, they consider the closing of the week to be on Sunday, and I think it's around 7 or 8 o'clock on Sunday night Eastern Standard Time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dan knows about all this. So once again, I want to thank everyone. Juniper, Scott Lee is here. It's good to have Scott. Gregory Wieland here again. Simona Moulin, thanks for being here. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights, Treb3, Sherb24, Kelly P, Norm65, David Gelfin, Amsterdam Holland, another repeat viewer. Always good to have Amsterdam Holland here. Nomus Yarg, Coinbase Wallet. I'm not a big fan of Coinbase Wallet. It's a browser extension that you can use. It's a non-custodial wallet, or I'm sorry, yeah, it's a self-custody wallet, or what they call non-custodial. No one else has got it in their custody. It's your wallet. It's similar to MetaMask, but it does sort of interfere with MetaMask in my Chrome browser. So I'll install it and maybe use it a little bit, but I usually disable it when I'm using MetaMask. Other than that, it's a great wallet. The only problem I have with it is people get it confused with Coinbase, since it has the Coinbase name on it. It's not your Coinbase account. The only thing about it that's Coinbase is the name, because Coinbase bought this wallet. And they have a little thing in there that makes it easy to transfer between the wallet and your Coinbase account. But a lot of people get confused. They think that if they do something wrong and they lose their crypto, they can call Coinbase and Coinbase is going to make it right. That's not how self-custodial wallets work. Anywho, I just wanted to throw that out there. Slack Hoffman, good to be here. Good to have you here. Patio 3900. So many people in tonight. 8 p.m. ET. Thank you. 8 p.m. ET. Jorge Soto said that. The drawback from UK. Cool. So yes, let's go through this article real quick. Bitcoin may be clear to attack resistance higher up, but the odds of sweeping recent lows later on remain convincing among BTC price pundits, right? And most of the controversy or the thinking around whether it's going up or down depends on tomorrow's Sunday close, which is weird because Bitcoin trades 24/7. There is no closing, but people mark those dates, right? Dan will tell you about that. So Bitcoin held near 42,000 on January 27th, as late week BTC price gains made traders confident about a fresh upside. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView show classic cool weekend price action entering with 41,800 as a focus. The day prior saw 5% upside on improving market conditions relative to the past 2 weeks. The same topics were on the radar: outflows from exchange-traded funds, right? We've been talking about that for a couple weeks now. Mt. Gox, and the incoming block subsidy halving. In his latest YouTube update, Michael DePop, founder and CEO of MN Trading, nonetheless told viewers he believed the current BTC price correction to be over. Right, so that's one opinion from Michael Van DePop, which I like that opinion. Between now and April's halving, he foresaw a trip to long-term range highs, but did not discount the possibility of taking liquidity in the mid to low 30,000 zone. Perhaps we're going to have one more run to 48,000 prior to the halving upside, and then a final correction. That's his summarization. He argued that the negative influence of FTX, Mt. Gox, and GBTC maneuvers would become less noticeable in time. Bitcoin is likely to consolidate from here between 37,000 and 48K in the coming months. So that's kind of where we're at, right? In this period, I like this part, in this period, altcoins, pardon me, I better take a sip of tea here. Altcoins will have their time. The real impact on the ETF is going to come in the next few years, resulting in a price of Bitcoin going to 300,000 to 500,000, right? So that's his prediction. And that's what everybody's hoping for, right? As Cointelegraph note, sorry guys, I don't know what the heck's wrong with me here. As Cointelegraph noted, not everyone believes that Bitcoin is out of the woods. Some continue to see a return to 30,000 or even lower in the coming months. Continuing on shorter time frames, popular trader analyst Rect Capital drew attention to the significant upcoming weekly close. Here we are, weekly close. And there's his chart, and are we going to be above this line at the weekly close or not? If BTC is able to successfully retest the range low as support over this weekend, it would enable a weekly close that would confirm a return to this range BTC lost earlier the week, right? Moment of truth for Bitcoin. Here we go. This is the big one. That arbitrary date that we all set, that arbitrary date and time that has been pulled out of thin air, the so-called weekly close, is the moment of truth for Bitcoin, according to Rect Capital. You guys can tell from my tone that I'm not much of a chartist. So there we go. Are we going to be above this level on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Great reaction from Bitcoin this week as it slowly positions itself to reclaim the range it had lost earlier this week. All right, we'll see. Right now, don't get afraid, but I'm going to show you a headline here. It's a clickbait headline. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to walk through it. We're going to work through it. Just lay down on the couch, look up at the ceiling, think good thoughts, put yourself in your special place, because I'm going to show you a scary headline. Okay, everybody ready? Many retail investors see Bitcoin price dropping below 20K by the year's end, according to Deutsche Bank. Wow, what a surprise. Deutsche Bank, according to their survey, believes that Bitcoin will hit 20K by the end of the year. Okay. Deutsche Bank customers, I got it. They're experts on Bitcoin. More of those surveyed said they expect Bitcoin to disappear, okay, than those who said they expect it to continue to exist. Really? Deutsche Bank, you're still asking people whether they think Bitcoin is even going to exist or not? No wonder you have pessimists. You ask somebody where you think Bitcoin's going to be, and one of your questions is, do you think it will even exist? Okay, the world's largest cryptocurrency has slumped following the launch of spot. Okay, we know all this, right? The bank surveyed 2,000 consumers in the US and UK and Europe following the approval of Spotcoin ETFs. The bank said in a report on Tuesday, over 1/3 of the respondents said that Bitcoin prices will drop below 20,000 by year end, and more people expect the cryptocurrency to disappear rather than stay. The survey showed that 39% of participants say they believe Bitcoin will continue to exist in the coming years, while 42% anticipate its disappearance. Okay. The approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF in the U.S. was seen as a game changer by many in the industry. Investors who couldn't trade digital assets are now able to use cheap and liquid ETFs to gain exposure without having to own the underlying cryptocurrency itself. The crypto winter may not be over. More than half of the respondents expressed concerns about a major cryptocurrency experiencing a collapse within the next 2 years, the bank said. Aha, here's our qualifier at the very end, right? We got the clickbait headline, and then we have the qualifiers at the bottom of the article. Always read the whole article instead of just reading headlines. You are just grossly misinformed by just reading headlines, if you're really interested. So don't read a headline and let it spoil your day, right? Here's our qualifier. Deutsche notes that this poor sentiment is likely due to past events such as the demise of crypto exchange FTX in 2022. Ooh, still hanging on to that, are we? And the collapse of Terra UST. Still living in the past, huh? The ongoing regulatory crackdown in the U.S. is also seen as an overhang. The bank's survey results also highlighted a lack of understanding of cryptocurrencies, with 2/3 of consumers having little or no understanding of digital assets. So ask a bunch of people that don't know anything about crypto to give us your opinion, and then we'll splash it on our headlines. So hopefully we can drive the price down and the big banks can suck up more of everyone's Bitcoin, right? That's my take on this article. We got another couple of articles here. Bitcoin may be stuck in a pre-halving correction, but the absolute limit has not been reached yet. The bullish move of Bitcoin has consolidated within a narrow range. While the bears fail to squeeze profits, the bulls are not above achieving levels above 42,000. However, the recent upswing has raised the market cap to 1.6 trillion, which has sent bullish waves across the space. Now that Bitcoin halving is fast approaching, the pre-halving correction history suggests one more bearish move could be on the horizon. Now, this is charting, of course. This is historics. Using the history of Bitcoin to predict its present movements, right? So here we have the pre-halving drop before the bull market in March of 2020. You have to remember this was the COVID Black Swan event, though, right? And then they're predicting a final pre-halving drop before bull market in February of 2024, right? Based on this history here. So, yeah, considering the previous price action, the price is due for an extended bearish trend that may get extended below 30,000. However, the price is likely to recover the same month. All right, so we're going to go down to 30,000, but in the same month, we're going to go back up again. Okay, I'm going to hold you to that, right? Then produce a long-term bull rally in preparation for a major bull run. With this, the crux of the matter remains whether the all-time high could be reached in 2025 with the price target at 180K, 200K or more. Many believe that Bitcoin price might not produce a strong correction during the pre-halving period to 2020, as COVID was the major reason then, right? It's worth noting that the price underwent major correction in 2018, 2011, and also 2021 and 2022. Therefore, this suggests the corrections happen unannounced, and boy, don't they, right? As the market could make up the matching event. Therefore, it is advisable to trade with extreme caution, as the market trend may flip at any moment and trigger a major divergence. Okay, so we're going to tell you all about what we think Bitcoin's going to do, but at the end of the article, we're going to tell you, but it might not, right? Because in the past, nobody knew what was going to happen then either, and you know, stuff happens, right? So take all these articles with a grain of salt, but I did want to give you, kind of an insight into what's going on with analysts. This analyst in this particular article says that we've likely hit our bottom now. We've already bottomed out. This is credible, crypto. He said the price would bounce back closer to 40,000 following the dip to 38,000 from this week. However, there is a risk we could go down to 37 or 36 from here. The Bitcoin ETF, all that good stuff is happening. And that's really most of the talk is the Bitcoin ETF. All right. All right. Some questions coming in fast and furious. I wanted to just kind of catch here. Dan, thanks for being here. I see Dan jumped in with a little bit of an answer for someone. That's always good that Dan and JDO are here to answer questions. Good to have Mr. Paul here, P. Wizzle. Thanks for being here. You should NFT those orange suit AI with the HOA tang on, please. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I love Stable Diffusion. Let's see here. I just wanted to check that question. Good to have people in here talking. No reason if I saw it. I would not even read this one if I saw it accidentally. We have a civil war in the U.S. or World War III breaks out. Bitcoin will drop to 20K and then skyrocket beyond belief. Interesting take, Dan. I just get BTC Turbo Hoover out of every dip and suck the crap out of it. Okay. Tales from the Crypto. I like that handle. Follow the 4-year cycle. Everyone does until it stops working. That's my strategy. HODL. Well spoken. Someone mentioned Electrum. Okay. Force upload, that's it. Okay, someone's having trouble syncing. Let's talk about data breaches. I went through this article. What had happened to it? Okay, well, I've got it over here. I got it. Not to worry. This was in the New York Post. I'm sure it was covered in other articles or other news sites. The mother of all breaches, data leak, reveals 26 billion account records. And on that Wednesday, I will say that I made the comment that, 26 billion records, and there's only 4 billion people in this world. And I got pelted with comments explaining to me that there are, in fact, 8 billion people on this planet and not 4 billion. So I stand corrected. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Geez, what's another billion here and there? But yes, I was relentlessly bombarded with comments telling me that I was wrong, that there are many double the amount of people on this earth than 4 billion. According to Google, there's 7.88 billion. According to UN figures, we are at a little over 8 billion souls on this planet. Now, I would have to qualify that if we're going to be talking about the population of the earth. There are a large segment of the people on this earth don't have access to computers and probably don't have a lot of records floating out there. I may be wrong about that. I don't know what the figures are on that. But most of these records are probably from the developed countries where people do more online. I'm just going to throw that out there. So, yeah. But this was a data breach, and this was not just a single breach. This was just a collection of data that I guess was discovered somewhere online. I guess it had been posted on the dark web for quite a while, or recently, I'm not sure. But the story is about this giant data breach. Most of these records are from the Chinese website. Let's see where it is here. Tencent, with 1.4 billion records. Weebio, with 500 million records. MySpace with 360 million. Twitter with 281 million. Deezer with 258 million. And LinkedIn with 251 million. And then also Adobe, Telegram, Dropbox, lesser-known sites like DoorDash, Canva, Snapchat, and various government organizations around the world. And according to this article, these are this is very sensitive data. It contains personal data, could be names, addresses, phone numbers, social security numbers. We don't know exactly if every record is that sensitive, but there's quite a bit of sensitive data in this record. And the worry here is that bad actors will use this information for nefarious purposes, be it, hacks, identity theft, phishing schemes. So, I mean, it's kind of like, hey, this is the real world we live in. Our data is not safe. Just about every government agency or company that wants to collect your data tries to tell you it's for your own good. Like all this, like the tracking stuff that they were doing during COVID, they were like, oh yeah, we need all this data so we can track you and make sure you're not infecting other people. All that kind of stuff was like, don't you think it might be dangerous for all of this personal data to be uploaded to all these databases? And they were like, oh, don't worry about it. Your data's safe, and all this. Well, it seems like the conclusion that we can come to is if our data is anywhere, and they mentioned that this is government websites too. They mentioned a little bit of that. It's susceptible, right? So trying to tell us that, we're collecting all of your data for, your own good or the good of everyone else it's a bunch of BS, man. Try to protect your data the best you can. And I talked on Wednesday about mitigating factors here. Enable two-factor authentication, for God's sake. And then you can even check and see if you were directly affected. They have a little personal data checker listed here. I'll pop that down in the description down below. But I'm sorry, I'll put it in the chat window. But just to check whether you've been affected, and go change your email, or go change your password. The CryptoDad at gmail.com, right? So my data, now this doesn't mean that anyone's hacked any of these accounts specifically, or that they even have my username and password. We don't know. This data might not include my password. We don't know. But no one's hacked into my Twitter since this data was released. But best practice would be to go change your password. right? If you are worried. And then this brand new tube.com, I haven't used that in a while. Ledger.com, I don't, just because it says Ledger doesn't mean my crypto's at risk. Ledger.com has a sign-in when you make a purchase. So, I mean, if someone were able to log in as me, they might be able to order a ledger that would go to my address or something like that. I don't know. But it doesn't put my crypto at risk. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Let's see. I also wanted to cover the Trezor leak. So Trezor disclosed that 66K users were affected by the phishing attack. That's a far cry from 26 billion, but Trezor users have contacted its support team since December of 2021. May have been affected by the incident. So I'm like, when did this occur? Hardware wallet manufacturer Trezor has flagged a security breach that exposed the contact information of nearly 66,000 users, according to a January 20th announcement. Trezor identified unauthorized access to a third-party support portal on January 17th. Users who have interacted with Trezor's support team since December of 2021 may have had their data accessed in the incident, the company announced. First of all, I haven't contacted Trezor support. This is not like the customer database leak of Trezor, of Ledger, right? That was a third party also, but it actually had their customer database. This is a support database of people that contacted Trezor support, which was being done by a third party. So if you have never contacted Trezor support, then you're probably not affected by this. I just kind of want to get it out there that, people are so quick to feel like they're at risk. We just live in a fear-based, fear-driven society. We're constantly bombarded with fear messages in our headlines, by the government, just everywhere. People are just constantly being bombarded with fear messages. And so you see something like this, you immediately think your crypto is at risk, and just don't jump to conclusions. Did you contact Trezor support? No. Well, okay, then you're probably not even affected by this issue right here. And even if you had, and it doesn't guarantee that this is only 66,000 users. I know the time period's kind of long, December of 2021, it's like 2 years, right? A little more. But that doesn't mean that your crypto is at risk. It means that you might be targeted for a phishing attack. So, okay, use two-factor authentication to protect your accounts. Don't fall for phishing attacks. Don't click on crazy links in emails. This is just common sense. And most of all, never, ever, ever give your seed phrase out to anybody for any reason. That's where they get you. That seed phrase thing. Let's go. All right, so we wanted to talk about that. So, like I said, thanks, guys, for being here tonight. Let's play around a little bit with this wallet. If you really want a deep dive on this issue, I spent about an hour talking about it on Wednesday, and I kind of went over all of the things you can do to mitigate your exposure if you feel like you're worried about data breaches, right? So first and foremost, just don't live in fear. It's no way to live your life, right? Do some meditation, relax a little bit, get rational. Don't jump on every little headline you read. We talked about clickbait headlines earlier when we were talking about the market, and you read a headline, it invokes an emotional reaction from you. You get worried. But you read down to the bottom, and everything is qualified. If you just read the entire article, you can see that it's not as desperate and emotional as you thought it was. Let's see. And also, I wanted to let you guys know that, as I mentioned, I dropped this video yesterday, the SecureX Shield bio. I dropped that one yesterday, so I invite you to check that one out. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Shield bio tonight. So let's check it out. Whoops, I wanted to say hello. All right, so welcome to my lair. As you can see, I'm not wearing regular pants, but don't worry. I noticed when we dropped my daughter off at school that all of the kids in her high school, half of them are wearing pajamas for their pants. I'm like, why are all these kids wearing pajamas? So, yeah. But here I am in my lair. I've got my setup, I got my cameras, and I've got this little overhead camera where we can do demos on this table. You can see what I'm doing, and we can check it out here. So let's dive in. Hopefully all this is still working. Oh, let's move this tissue. Oops, something just fell. I saw that. Okay. Okay. All right, and let's see. I think we need come back a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I haven't muted my mic. Thank you. Thank goodness. So let's take a look at this card. Now, I did the setup video, so I invite you to check out the setup video. I just put a link in the chat window for the setup video. So you might want to click that link, open another tab, and maybe save it for after the live stream if you want to get the whole lowdown on the full setup of this video, of this wallet. But as you can see, I've got it in its charging cable right now. I'm not a huge fan of micro USB. I would prefer if this were a USB-C connector rather than a micro USB connector. But that's not a deal breaker for me. It does come with a cable. And so if we look at it, it's slightly, well, you know what? I'm not even sure if it seems slightly thicker than a credit card, but not by a whole lot. All right. And if you look closely, you can see we've got menu controls here. We've got an up arrow and a down arrow. We've got a fingerprint reader. That's what makes it biometric. I can use the fingerprint reader to unlock the wallet. And I can also use the fingerprint reader when I'm verifying transactions. So, and you can register up to 2 fingerprints. So I've got my index finger and my thumb registered. But you could, register a second user if you wanted to, if you trusted someone to use this device. Right, but don't think if you lose your finger, you lose the device. What happens if it won't take your fingerprint? You can unlock it with your PIN. So, but the biometrics really make this a cool device. And what's really interesting is this e-ink display. This thing is so nice. It's very readable. I've got the battery indicator there. We've got it all fully charged up, and we can send and receive crypto onto this device. Now, interestingly, it's not an NFC device. I thought it was NFC. It's not NFC, which is near field communication. The Tangem card is a near field communication card. It's an NFC chip, right? The same technology that's in your Apple Pay in your phone. This card uses Bluetooth, right? So you need to enable Bluetooth on your phone in order to use this card. A lot of people worry about NFC and Bluetooth. They don't think it's secure, but I've said this over and over again. The messages that go back and forth between the app and the card are encrypted, right? So if there's anybody sniffing, they wouldn't be able to interpret what they saw. It's encrypted. Also, it is verified with a hash, which means if it has a checksum. So if anybody tries to man-in-the-middle attack, then the hashes wouldn't match and the transaction would fail. And also, Bluetooth and NFC require the attacker, if there is even an attacker with the technology, they have to be within a couple feet of you. So if you're in your home, I wouldn't be worried too much about the security of Bluetooth. So there's so many safeguards against that. All right, so let's check it out, though. I've got the app over here. I've got to, let's pull up the phone, and we'll go into the SecureX app. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me do this. I wish that, okay, well... Oops. Oh, I think I just showed you my PIN there, I guess. I don't know. Now, this wallet is incorrect. I reset this wallet, but I did want to see if I could enable biometrics. Here we go. Let's do that. Now, so I don't have to keep entering that password all the time. All right. Okay, so we got that. Now, yeah, so I reset this card after I did the video. It's a brand new card. Let's see what happens. Well, let's see if I can delete these. I think I can. Let's check it out. Well, maybe not. Oops. If I do that, is it going to let me do that? No. Okay. Okay. How would I delete these accounts? Oh, okay, yeah. Need to unpair your device? Well, let's see what happens here. When I pair it, okay, the device should. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I'm going to need to reset the app because I have a new device. So I'm going to hit reset here. Yes, I do. Okay, let's try this again. Now, I spent the time... here we go again. Okay. Okay, oh, you can't see my keyboard. Okay. Okay, all right, here we go. Yeah, this happens to me, usually. Some weird thing I wasn't expecting. But we'll get there, right? And you may wonder, why did I reset the card after my demo? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I exposed my seed phrase during the... Or I exposed most of my seed phrase. Looking for paired data. Is this thing on or is it not on? Looks like it's on. Okay, let's see if I can get it on. Okay, 2 seconds. Come on, baby. Not during the demo. Okay, there we go. Okay, I haven't muted my mic tonight, thank goodness. Okay, there we go. Now let's use our fingerprint to unlock this thing. See if it works. There we go. Second try is not bad. Maybe it was the third try. All right, so let's go ahead and sync up. Okay, there it is. It sees it. That's good. We'll tap that. All right, there's my one-time code. Okay, and there we go. Don't disconnect your device. No, I'm not. I won't. All right. So we have a fresh device here. Let's create a Bitcoin account. Let's do that. Okay, we'll just call this one Bitcoin. Okay. All right, and let's go ahead and create an Ethereum account. All right. Oops. All right, we'll call this one Ethereum. And we're good. All right, so now let's put some Bitcoin and Ethereum in here. Where am I going to get some Bitcoin and Ethereum? Well, I just happen to have some over on my Tangem card. Let's see here. Okay, so we got some Bitcoin and Ethereum over here. Let's see how this goes, right? I'm really going to lose some crypto by doing this transfer because Bitcoin transfer fees have been pretty high lately, and I'm using a pretty small amount. But I'm going to bite the bullet and do that for you guys. Let's go back and get the address first of all. We need the Bitcoin address of our destination first thing, right? You want to transfer Bitcoin, you need the address, right? You want somebody to mail you a check, you got to give them your address, right? What's your address? I want to mail you a check. So first thing first, get the address of the receiving wallet. All right, let's go back over here to our Tangem. This is our source wallet. We want to send this Bitcoin out. We're going to send it. We'll paste in the address of the SecureX Shield bio, right? Let's see, I want to send it all, right? It's $1.53. It's not horrible. I noticed yesterday that the Bitcoin fees have come down slightly, probably because of the market dip. All right. Well, that's cool. So let's send the Bitcoin. Now, in order to send out from my Tangem, I need the card, right? These are hardware wallets. So I'm going to authorize the outgoing transaction with my Tangem card. Good stuff. So easy to use the Tangem card. I really like it. But here's the thing. The Tangem card had no readout, right? So when I sent that outgoing transaction, I could see it on my phone. And I trust the Tangem app. I've been using it for a long time. But I've heard some people complain about Tangem cards and the Arculus card for not having a readout. They're like, hey, I want to see everything presented to me by the hardware device rather than trusting the app. So I get that. Let's see here. We should see this going out fairly soon. While we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and go back over to this wallet and let's get the Ethereum address, right? Let's get the Ethereum address. We'll copy that into our clipboard. We'll go over to Tangem, and this time we'll send the Ethereum out. All right, let's see. Ethereum, send. We'll paste in the address of our destination wallet. We'll go ahead and send it all. because I don't have any ERC20 tokens in this wallet. I'm not worried about keeping a little bit of ETH in there. Doesn't really matter to me. The ETH fee is only 55 cents, right? So fees seem to be kind of low lately. I need to authorize, and here we go. As you can see, I don't have anything on the card except the ability to sign it, right? I don't see any information from the Tangem card telling me my destination and my amount and all that other stuff. But like I said, I've been using this Tangem card a while, totally trust it, and seems fine to me. Haven't had any problems. Some people are kind of quirky with stuff like that. Let's see what we got here. Anything coming in? There we go. Nice. Right, so that transfer came in really quick. The Ethereum, and this is what's cool about this wallet, is I can hit over here and it'll take me, within the wallet, it'll show me the blockchain information. I like that. So the Ethereum was completely confirmed on the Ethereum blockchain. Now the Bitcoin takes a bit longer. Right, so let's go over, we'll check that Bitcoin, and it takes us over to the Bitcoin blockchain within the wallet, which is cool. It's just like it connects to the blockchain. It shows me that I've only got 1 of 6 confirmations right now. So it's not totally spendable, but it is in the wallet, right? So cool stuff. Pretty cool transfer. We're going to let that percolate for a little while, and then I'll show you how to send it back out again, which will be cool. All right, so yeah, you can see it over here too. Let's go, I don't know what you want to look at while I'm doing this. Actually, why don't I do this? Let me just go here. Can I do this? Huh. Oh, maybe I don't have that. Okay, I guess I don't. All right. Let me just do this while I'm talking to you guys, so you guys can see me and I can see you. Let me get caught up. JDO is here. Thank you so much for being here, JDO. Wonder how is that different than the Tangem Wallet beyond the fingerprint access? The main difference is the, well, it's got, it uses Bluetooth instead of NFC, and it has that e-ink display, which is the big plus for the Secure Shield Bio card. Another thing about the Shield Bio is it doesn't support as many cryptos as the Tangem does. So, it's more expensive than, let's take a look at that real quick. The Shield Bio is, oops. Ugh. Okay, yeah. The Shield Bio is $149. So kind of pricey. It's the same price as the Ledger Nano X. But the features really, I mean, it's worth it for what you're getting. And the main thing I think you're paying for is that e-ink display, and they'll give you 10% off, so you could get it for, you know, a little cheaper, like $15 cheaper. So, yeah. As compared to Tangem, which is a 3-card set is $63. Pardon me, $63. But I mean, you can see that the Tangem, there's no menu controls on the Tangem card, and there's no readout on the card, so it's not as expensive. It's to produce, right? The Shield Bio has a much more, you know, inner workings. All right, so let's see. Flannel Pants stole one of my script. LOL, love it. Are you able to give your opinion on Bin Coin V2? I bought 150 million, but I don't really know what that coin is, and I don't really do coin evaluations. I apologize for that. I'm not really qualified. I wouldn't know it from the next coin. Let's see, is complete novice, any advice on what coins to study? As if you're a complete novice and you're looking to invest in cryptocurrency, I don't give financial advice here, but you know, my opinion, for what it's worth, would be to study the top 10 or top 20 coins by market cap and look at those. I wouldn't get pulled to and fro by people on YouTube or anywhere else pumping low cap coins. That's very risky. Cryptocurrencies in and of themselves are a high risk asset. So if you're going to study anything, I would suggest looking at the top 20 by market cap. Bitcoin and Ethereum are the top two. You might want to just check out what they are and how they work. That'd be my advice. He just shows how to move crypto around. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Help me start. Yeah, you got it. Would I say it's even worth owning a tenth of a Bitcoin? Sure, why not? It's never a bad, my opinion, is never a bad time to buy Bitcoin. And every little bit counts. Boy, a lot of people in here tonight. Thank you for being here. iRock, thank you. Jay, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. You have a question. Do you? I do answer questions. Go good. Okay. Does he answer questions in the chat? Yes. Wasn't sure. Yeah. I sometimes spend a little time doing a demo, and I get a little get caught up in trying to finish what my thoughts. But I do, go back and check the chat while we're talking. Could someone explain why Ether is so respected, well traded? Well, Ethereum, first of all, is number 2 by market cap. So that's a big thing. It's been around for a long time. It is different from Bitcoin in the sense that it is basically a virtual computer, an internet-based virtual computer. You can actually run programs on Ethereum. You can do smart contracts. A lot of the Ethereum-based tokens are, in fact, in that category of smart contract. But there's so much more you can do with smart contracts than just, issue tokens and trade tokens. There's staking, there's liquidity pools, there's all kinds of things that are made possible by Ethereum, right? Now, there are other coins that pretty much do the same thing, maybe better, maybe faster, maybe cheaper, but they're not as respected because Ethereum has been around a lot longer. And also with Ethereum's market cap, that garners a lot of respect. Jack Goldstein, thank you for being a member. Wow, Jack, thank you so much. Nice to have you on board. I think I'm approaching 10 members, but I love it, everybody. Tether is a stable coin. It's number 3 by market cap. But it's backed by real assets, right? So, yeah. Dan is here to help. Don't forget about Nick. I did want to point out that Solana sort of does what Ethereum does, and Cardano sort of does what Ethereum does in a different way, maybe better. Avalanche also, mimics the same patterns as Ethereum does. So, like I said, if you want to know more about crypto, there's so much information out there. I would recommend a site like CoinGecko rather than going on YouTube and because you're going to get a lot of contradictions on YouTube. All right, so I haven't muted my mic tonight. Thank you. Let's see here. I want opinions of humans. Cool, that's good. Everything is built on Ethereum without a doubt. Second, the big daddy. Yes, that's true. I have reinstalled Cosmos app on the Ledger. I keep getting a message, Kepler plus Ledger is not available. With fee delegation, connect with Ledger directly. Not sure what that's all about. I did want to go through Kepler tonight, though. So why don't we do that while we're waiting? Jack, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Diesel Kane is here. Thanks for being here. Happy to support me. Thank you so much, Jack. I appreciate you. Could you make a video about how to stake Polkadot with a Keystone wallet? Ow. Yikes. I could entertain the thought. The problem I have with Polkadot is extremely difficult to use. I tried to help someone that had done a whole bunch of stuff with Polkadot, and she had managed to join some Paraswap auctions, but then she didn't know where her coins were, or how to claim them, or how to get back the DOT that she staked. And I tried to help her, and it's really difficult to use. But I have done some, I've done some Polkadot videos, but I find it extremely difficult to use. It's not user-friendly. I'll just put it there. Let's see, we'll get down here. I need help with Tangem scanning to send and send back. Do you offer a fee? I could pay you to walk me through it. Well, I just showed you Tangem. It's pretty easy. I mean, I don't want to make light of your question, and I invite you to shoot me an email. My email is down in the description below, but it's thecryptodad@gmail.com. Couldn't be easier. Shoot me an email. Maybe I can help you. But I did sort of show you how the Tangem worked just a minute ago. It's pretty straightforward, right? I don't know. This whole thing about putting the card to the back of the phone, you have to make sure that you put it, to a certain spot on the back of the phone. But once you get the hang of it, it's like, riding a bike. But let's go ahead and open Kepler, and let's delete Kepler right now. Let's just get rid of it. So Kepler, okay. So we're going to remove from Chrome. All right, and so let's go and download it again. Now I have a Ledger device where I have my private keys for my Cosmos wallets, right? I have the Cosmos app installed. So let's go and I'm gonna open this up. I've got to enter my PIN. I just connected my Ledger NANO X. I'm always back to the Ledger. Why am I always back to the Ledger? Because it is so versatile and compatible with so many different wallets and apps, right? So let's just open Ledger Live real quick. You don't need to use Ledger Live to manage your Cosmos, but you do need to download the Cosmos app, and you do that from Ledger Live. So we'll go into Ledger Live. We'll go over to the My Ledger section. And then I've got my device here. It's connected. The PIN is entered, and it wants me to authorize the interface. So I'm going to click both buttons to give Ledger Live access to my device, and it can read the device and see what apps are installed. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of apps installed on my Ledger device. There's an update for the Stellar app, so let's go ahead and do that. Always make sure you're running the latest version of the software and the firmware, right? The firmware is what runs on the device. The software is the version of Ledger Live that you're using. So if we go to the version of Ledger Live is Ledger Live 2.75.0. It's the latest version of Ledger Live. So make sure you're running the latest version of the software, and make sure you're running the latest version of the firmware. Keep your device and your software up to date. Best practice, right? It's not a static device. It is an updatable device. If it were a static device, it wouldn't be very useful. You'd have to buy a new one every 3 or 4 months or 6 months or a year or whatever. Who wants a device that you have to buy a brand new one every year? right? And then go through all that hassle of doing the restore on your new device. That's why the device is updatable, because blockchains change, right? Stellar blockchain has updated their app for whatever because there's new functionality, right? So little off topic, but whenever I go into Ledger Live, I want to check all that stuff. Make sure the device is up to date. I know people are scared of the firmware. Okay, well, you want to live your life in fear? Go for it, right? I'm gonna, do what's best, which is keep my device up to date. Okay, so we've got the device up to date. Now I wanted to just show you that I've got the Cosmos app installed on my device already, right? Once you install an app on your device, you have created a private key for a Cosmos or whatever. Like whenever I install the Bitcoin app, I create a Bitcoin private key. That private key can derive a public key, and then you can export that information to your wallets. All right. So let's go back. Now that we've done that, let's go back to accounts. Let's go ahead and just close Ledger Live. We don't need it. Let's install the Kepler app in Chrome. All right, we'll go ahead and add it to Chrome. We'll add the extension. All right, and we'll go ahead and pin it. All right, so we can see it. This is it. This is the beginning, right? So let me just zoom in over here so you can see what I'm doing. I was going to show you guys. Whoops, not that. This. Oh my gosh, what's that? Holy moly, that looks crazy. What is that? Oh. Oops. You know what? This cable is... Oh. Come on. I gotta jiggle this cable just a tad. And it's... Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll get it. Ugh. It's not going to cooperate with me, is it? Okay. Something just happened. Okay. Woo. Okay. Yeah, I got all this advanced equipment here, and I have to like jiggle it around. All right, so let's make this slightly bigger, just so you can see what I'm doing here. All right, so what we want to do is go into the Cosmos app preemptively, right? We need to be in the Cosmos app in order to make this connection. All right, there it is, right? So I get on top of it and I I click both buttons to open up the Cosmos app. Now that I've done that, I have choice. Create a new wallet? I don't want to do that. Import existing? Not really. I want to connect my hardware wallet because I already have a private key. I'm just going to move my mic a little bit here. I already have a private key for Cosmos by virtue of the fact that I installed the app on my Ledger device, right? I was already using that, right? So all I need to do to gain access to that previous wallet that you saw me delete is reconnect my Ledger device. So let's do that. Connect hardware, connect Ledger, and I got to give it a name. I can do that. All right, and I got to create a password. I can do that. All right, and I'm going to use the Cosmos app, all right, which we've got open right here. We'll hit next. It wants me to connect and unlock my Ledger. I did that. Step 2, we already have the Cosmos app open. And lo and behold, look at all that crypto that I have stored using my Cosmos app. All right, let's hit save. And save. Oh, let's go back. Can we go back? Is it too late? What was that one that we did last week? We bought one last week, and I can't remember what it was. I forget. I think it's still in there, isn't it? It wasn't Axelar. Ugh. Dan, remind me. What do we do? Okay. All right. We've already pinned Kepler. So I didn't get any messages telling me that it's not compatible with my ledger. It just worked, right? Let's go ahead and finish that up. And now we can just go into the Kepler wallet and see our balance, right? I can close this off. Oh, no, I'm going to leave it open because we're gonna claim some of my staking, right? So let's go over to the Kepler dashboard. Hello. What was? Oh, Celestia. That's it. That was it. I see it there. All right. So up here, I can claim my staking rewards. I'm staking here in stake. Staking. Okay. So I have $602 worth of crypto staked in this wallet. All right. So let's go ahead and claim. All right, so I can claim it and stake it, or I can just claim it outright so that it goes into my wallet balance. Right, so let's start with the Atom. We'll hit claim. I have to approve this, and I have to review it on my device. There we go. Cool, and we'll click approve. So that was 0.7 that I just claimed. It's going to go into my available balance. All right. We'll go ahead and claim this secret. Approve. And review on the device. There we go. Okay. All this information. And then click both buttons to approve. And then we just claimed 10 secret tokens. Nice. Let's do the Kava. Let's get that. Review on the device. Boom, 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 boom. Click both buttons. And I got a little bit of osmosis, which I will approve there. Let's approve on our device. And there we go. There we go. Easy peasy. So all of the important information is contained on my Ledger device. I don't have to worry if my computer crashes or my browser gets uninstalled or corrupted or whatever. Everything's on the device. And if something happens to my device, I've got my seed phrase. I can get a new device, restore with my seed phrase, have full access to all of the crypto that is stored on this device. I never worry about losing my crypto because I know where it is. I know it's safe, and I know that I can always gain access to it again. Let's turn this thing off here. Boom. So quick and easy claiming of rewards using Kepler in conjunction with a Ledger device. Let's see what we got over here. Are we still? I think we might still be waiting. Oh, okay. The device got disconnected. So pretty easy. I just tap that little up there in the top right. There's like that little chain link thing. I'll just, the device went to sleep. Okay. No wonder. Okay. Actually, I didn't really. Okay. It's giving me a hard time now. Wrong thumb. That's probably why. I was using the wrong thumb. It's my right thumb. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Whew. It's open. All right. I didn't actually need well, we are going to need the device here anyway to send out, but I didn't really need it just to check the balance. But let's do it. Okay. Let's see if the Bitcoin is completely confirmed on the blockchain yet. Went through a lot for that. Still 3 of 6, so we can still, let me just answer questions for a bit, and we'll just let the Bitcoin confirm on the blockchain. Actually, I'm going to put this little, where'd that charger go? Oh boy. Huh, well that's weird. Oh, it's over there. Okay, that's right. I unplugged it, didn't I? Okay. I'll plug it back in. That's what happens when you get old. I'm just going to put this thing in the charger so it won't go to sleep. Okay. Oh, I wanted to show you those mag cables. Let's do those. What the heck? Let me record this. I forgot to record earlier. Let's... Good question, Diesel. Dan Ressa. Hey, Dan, would my Ledger 24-word seed phrase work on a Trezor or any other cold storage? Do I need to buy Ledger only? Hey, Diesel, let me show you. Let me see if I can find that. Here we go. Here's the answer to your question. BIP39 hardware wallets are cross-compatible with a whole host of other wallets, with a slight qualifier. I'm going to paste a link to that article right here. If you have a hardware wallet with a 24-word recovery phrase, which is called BIP39 seed phrase, that is compatible with a lot of other wallets. So Ledger has the ability to import a 24-word seed phrase. A Trezor has the ability to import a 24-word seed phrase. KeepKey, Bitbox, Cool Wallet, Kobo Vault, Cold Card Wallet, Elipal, Blockstream Jade, and Passport are all capable of interpreting that 24-word seed phrase. Also, you could import that hardware that 24-word seed phrase from your ledger into a number of soft wallets if you need quick and easy access in a pinch. But I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you're ready to simply abandon the old ledger or reset it or something like that. It's not good practice to import a hardware wallet seed phrase into a hot wallet. Obviously, you're negating the security of the hardware device, but it is possible, right? You can even pull that 24-word seed phrase into these mobile wallets. Again, not best practice, but it is possible. So you don't need to worry if you have a hardware wallet. If Ledger goes out of business, the 24-word seed phrase is an industry standard. But I will say that it's not quite that simple, because a Ledger in Ledger Live is capable of generating multiple Ethereum wallets. So if we look in Ledger Live, you can see that I have more than one Ethereum wallet. I've created this Ethereum main, and that's a different one, but this Ethereum H. Those are two different Ethereum accounts that I've created in Ledger. I can create more if I want to. Unfortunately, when I import the 24-word seed phrase of my Ledger device onto a Trezor device, Trezor does not see more than one Ethereum account. It only sees one because of the derivation path, because of the way that Trezor processes the derivation path. It isn't compatible 100% with everything on my Ledger device. So if we just go here and generate a test seed phrase here on the BIP39 page, which I'll drop a link to that down in the description below, so you can check this out. Don't use this to generate seed phrases unless you're offline. We're just doing a test here. You can see that that seed phrase can generate private keys. Now you can also, it generates for multiple tokens, right? Bitcoin is just, this is just Bitcoin right now. But a seed phrase can generate a massive amount of wallets, right? So if we look over here at these derivation paths, if we click the derivation path, the private keys change, right? They're not the same, right? This is BIP 44, right? BIP 84. This is native SegWit over here, right? BIP 141. So it's not that simple, but if Ledger were to go out of business, your 24-word seed phrase could be imported into a variety of different hardware wallets. You don't really have anything to worry about, right? You can deal with, if all you have is Bitcoin on your Ledger, bring it into your Trezor, easy peasy. If all you have is one Ethereum account with a bunch of ERC20 tokens, bring it onto your Trezor. It'll work just fine. There are ways around all of that too. If you look, I did a video on dealing with boopity boop boop boo, using custom derivation paths for secondary Ethereum accounts on Trezor. I did a whole video on how you access your Ethereum, your multiple Ethereum accounts from your Ledger. This was back when everyone was throwing their Ledger out the window when they heard of the recovery feature, right? They wanted to, okay, well, how do I migrate over to a new device? Well, okay, migrate over to Trezor, and then, you know, you can use mycrypto.com to access your secondary Ethereum accounts. Where there's a will, there's a way. My concern, we're talking about war. Are we talking about the war in the Middle East or the war between Texas and the Biden administration? I mean, and we need to clarify which war we're talking about. Are we talking about the war between the Republicans and the Democrats? Are we talking about the war between Antifa and the Proud Boys? Or are we just talking about the war in our heads? Fear or no fear? Trump Bitcoin friendly? I don't know. Well, Trump had some bad things to say about Bitcoin back in 2018, but back in those days, everybody in the establishment was anti-Bitcoin. He didn't probably know that much about Bitcoin. At the time, he just said, hey, from what I understand, it's some kind of scam, right? Why wouldn't he? You know, he was not a fan of crypto back in the day, right? In 2018, he made some comments that were anti-crypto. Trust lines, are they safe to open on your Ledger? What's a trust line? I'm not sure what you mean by that, trust line. You got that. Okay, why is the value of Bitcoin different in CoinMarket and, say, Coinbase? Because there is no set price for Bitcoin like there are stocks, right? For like stocks and bonds and whatever, they have set prices. And then, you know, anybody can look up the set price, whereas Bitcoin isn't like that. There are different places where you can get the, you know, the market price of Bitcoin, and it's usually a combination or an amalgamation of different sources and different exchanges that are currently trading, and every site has its own basket of price information. You know, even Ledger Live has its own price API. So, I mean, I can look at Ledger Live and, you know, I can go into this Bitcoin wallet. It'll tell me what it thinks the current price of Bitcoin is $42,145.83. That might be slightly different than what CoinDesk is currently saying, $42,045.47. And then Telegraph might have a different price, right? Because there's no set price of Bitcoin. It's taken from different sources. There's no like clearinghouse for an official price like there are with stocks and bonds. That's just how Bitcoin is. It's not. It's like that. LTC Perosi, good to have you here. Why is Val? Okay, I don't think it's true. Look at the NFT's Trump digital trading card. What does native SegWit mean? Native SegWit is a type of Bitcoin address. I had covered that. Let me see if I have those linked still. No, I was going to talk about that the other day. Oh, yeah, because there was a story. Ledger has a pretty decent article on it. It talks about the different types of Bitcoin protocols, and they sort of translate into different types of Bitcoin wallet addresses. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. It goes into the same wallets, but there's different types of address formats that are built into the Bitcoin blockchain. SegWit is one of the earlier ones. Let's see. Before SegWit, we had a legacy. A legacy Bitcoin address starts with the number 1. And I think we saw them a little over here as well. I think BIP32, yeah, you'll notice all these Bitcoin addresses start with the number 1, right? And then we had BIP44, where that's not it. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, but you can see here that all these Bitcoin addresses generated start with the number 3. That's SegWit. And then BIP84, they start with BC1. That's native SegWit. It's just a newer protocol, does additional stuff. I think they talk about it in this article in a little bit of depth. It's not something that you should keep you up at night. It's just the way Bitcoin wallets are. And they've evolved over time to be more efficient, faster, whatever. And the default right now is native SegWit, so you really don't need to worry about it. You know, if you go in and you create a brand new Bitcoin wallet, this one is kind of an older one. Let me show you a newer one. The default Bitcoin wallet is going to be a native SegWit wallet. So if you're in Ledger Live, you really don't need to worry about it. It's just going to create the most modern and natural Bitcoin wallet address for you. It starts with a BC1. This is the newest one. There's slightly different ones out there too. But it's not a huge deal. It's not like, oh, I'm going to lose my Bitcoin because I used the wrong wallet format. I wouldn't worry about that. It used to be kind of an issue. Some exchanges didn't support the newer format, but most exchanges support this address format now, so you really don't have to worry about it. It was kind of an issue back in 17 and 18 and that kind of stuff. Not a big deal. Yeah. But yeah, did I link that article? Let me make sure that I did. Where'd it go? Here, yeah. Just in case you want to just check it out, see if you're curious. It's egghead stuff. So Dan, do you recommend a website to track certain Bitcoin wallet to see transactions? There are several Bitcoin blockchain explorers. Now, if you go into Ledger Live and you want to check it on the Explorer, it's going to launch the Blockstream Info Bitcoin Explorer, and that's a decent one. Blockstream.info, I guess. I don't know what they're. That's their website, and you can just paste in any Bitcoin transaction ID or any Bitcoin wallet address to get the information about that. If you want to check into that, that's the one that Ledger Live uses. There's also another one that's not bad. That is blockchain. .com. What is blockchain.com? Blockchain.com has a Bitcoin Explorer. All right, there it is. Yeah. And it's got a lot of features. It's a little busy, if you ask me. But hey. Whoops. It's okay. And as you saw there in that SecureX, this is still it's going to make me reconnect every time? No, good. I just want to see if this thing is. Okay, so we got all 6 confirmations, so we can send it back now. I'll show you how to use the SecureX card to authorize outgoing transactions. But I did want to, real quick, show you this mag cable. Let's see. This I asked them to send me several different ones. This is AC. Okay, so this is. This is USB-A to USB-C. Let's take a look at it over here. Oh, I was wondering what my son did. He just came, he popped through the curtains and like put a cookie over here. Yeah, my son put a cookie there for me. Okay, thank you, Alex. All right, so yeah, this is it, and it's magnetic. So let's see what happens when we just let it go. Is it going to go back? All right. What if I really stretch it out? Well. Okay. That's pretty cool. So the cable is magnetic. I guess it has like a magnetic shield around it. And this is a good cable for your Ledger device because you can plug one side into your computer, and then this is the connector for the Ledger device and Trezor. So Ledger has a USB-C, right, and Trezor. So this is a good wallet for cryptocurrency wallets. I'm sorry, it's a good cable for cryptocurrency wallets. Even the Ledger Nano S Plus has a USB-C connector. So it's pretty much the modern connector. Pretty nice. All right, and let me see, what's this one? I'm trying not to cut my hand off here. Oh, this is another AC, okay. And what else we have here? All right, right, this is AA. So if you have a laptop with a USB-C connector, this would be a good one for your Ledger and your Trezor, because you know, one side plugs into your laptop and the other plugs into your device. And also it's compact and it's not going to be flying all over the place because it coils up magnetically. So this would really be good for a laptop. And then if you need a little bit of give, you can just unfurl it a little bit. But I like this cable. It's very very easy to use and doesn't get all over the place. So they were really nice. I've got a link to them in my description down below if you want to check them out. And they gave me a little discount code. I didn't even check their prices, to be honest with you. This one's a bit longer. Oh, this is Lightning. All right, this is for like a phone, for an Apple connector, for an Apple iPad or an Apple iPhone. We've got cable charging stations all over the house for my son, for my phone, for my wife's phone, for my daughter's phone. We got them on every desk, near the nightstand. We've got on the kitchen counter. We just got charging station cables everywhere. And so this is kind of cool that keeps them neat. I like it. All right, let's go ahead and send the crypto back out. We'll just send it back to where we got it. What the heck? Because I'll just keep everything on my phone. I'm going to need to reconnect. So I need to touch here. Let's see if I can get the thumb to work. Hey, that worked. All right, let's just reconnect. Ugh, I can't see this. Okay. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and just take it out of here so you guys won't think it needs to be connected to anything. I was just charging it up. All right, so, well, first thing we need is the destination. Where are we going to send it? Let's send it back to the Tangem Wallet where we got it. In this case, we don't want to do a receive. Copy that Bitcoin address into our clipboard. Let's slide back over to this wallet, and let's do a send. All right, we're sending it to Bitcoin, so we're all good there. We're going to just paste the address in from the other wallet. And we'll just go ahead and send it all. That's good. It has a default for a low fee, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why they do that. I kind of prefer to go medium, personally. I've had a lot of people, they call me in a panic because they did custom to try to get their fee as low as possible, and then it's been 2 weeks and their transaction hasn't cleared or been mined yet. So let's do this, and then I can show you what happens on the card. That's pretty cool. All right, so there we go. There's the destination that we're sending it to. This is the nice e-ink display. All right, I can down arrow this. All right, there's the rest of the address. All right, ends in 3C. Just confirm that. There's the amount of Bitcoin that I'm sending. All right, and then I can cancel or confirm. So I'll just click confirm here, and then I'll use my finger. Off it goes. And there's the info. I just need to broadcast it out. Oh, pooh. It's not updating. There it goes. All right. I want you to be able to see the screen. So it's easier to see. Let's hit send. Off it goes. We're good. Let's go back over to Tangem and grab the Ethereum address. Let's grab the Ethereum address. Let's do a receive to get the Ethereum address. Copy that into our clipboard. Let's go back over to this wallet. Let's hit Ethereum. Let's do a send. And we'll tap here. We're using Ethereum. We'll paste in the address of our Tangem wallet. We'll go ahead and send all the Ethereum out, and I'm going to switch it to a medium fee personally. I don't know if I can change that default or not. Let's hit continue. Now we'll just look at our card. All right, the card is going to give me that destination address. There it is. Really easy to read. That's what I like about this e-ink display. There's the amount I'm sending. All right, and cancel or confirm. We'll confirm. We'll use the fingerprint. Whoops. Okay, let's try that again. There it goes. And now there's the all the information we can broadcast by hitting send. Off it goes. So really easy to use. I mean, pretty much as easy as a Tangem, but a few extra steps because of the additional functionality, right? We can look at the outgoing transaction. We can decide whether we want to send it or not. We can confirm on the device. I like that. It's pretty cool. Let's do that here, and we should see it go out here shortly. Let's look at the Ethereum there. So we've got an incoming and an outgoing. Good stuff. Bitcoin, we should see an outgoing here shortly. There, oh no. Whoops. Pardon me. Might take it a minute, but we did send it, so we just need to give it a minute or two. It should be out. We can go back over to Tangem. Let's see if that Bitcoin, no, the Bitcoin's. Let's go back over to Tangem. It was cool that I emptied out the wallet, so now we can sort of see. We got the Ethereum. Looking good. And just give it a couple minutes, we'll have the Bitcoin in there. We can look at that on the big screen. All right, you can see it here. So I'll just get it out of the way for a second. Actually, let me move the phone over here. All right. Oh, I did kind of want to show you that. Whoops. Let's check this website here real quick. This mag cable thing. So there's a link for that mag cable in the description down below. And if we add this to the cart, we can grab that coupon code they gave me, right? This call T, and paste that sucker in, and it should apply. Right, so it applied that additional code there, if you want that to use that code. Looks like the International Space Station in my house. Yeah, that's right. I bought some Flare sometime back and sent it to my Nano X. It shows up in my PC Ledger Live, but not my mobile Ledger Live. Any reason? Yeah, because in order to look at it on your, well, I don't know. If it's ERC20, it should show up in your Ethereum wallet. Unless it's, I don't know if they have native Flare or not. But if you're using a Ledger device with, hang on. Okay, if you're using a Ledger device, the desktop and the mobile app are not going to sync automatically, right? So if we go into Ledger Live here, now you can connect your device with Bluetooth if you want to do it that way. But it's easier to do this, which is go to your settings, do help? No. Accounts, pardon me, accounts. Go to export accounts, and you'll get this dynamic QR code so that you can sync up your mobile version with your desktop version. So in order to do that on the device, on the phone, we go to see all assets, and then we hit this plus. Once to add an account, we can import from desktop. So let me go through that one more time. All right, you have to go to your wallet, you have to go to see all assets, and then you have to hit the plus, and then choose import from desktop. All right, it's going to open up your camera. Just put it up there, and it's going to import all of the desktop accounts onto your phone. Like I said, you could also sync your phone to your device, because it's not just going to auto sync. When you add it on desktop, it's not going to automatically just magically show up on your mobile device until you add it. However, if it's an ERC20 token, it should show up on your mobile device if you already have the Ethereum wallet synced up. So let's see. Oh yeah, I got that VSync. That's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and import here. And what we should see now is that the two balances should now match, right? Because now there probably were some that were already in there that it doesn't need to import. Pardon me. But let's see what happens. JDO saying I should come out with a most recommended hardware wallet to least. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. I've done some wallet showdowns. Okay, so it's like it sees, oh, let's see if it matches this. Yeah, okay. See, now this one matches this one, right? It's got every account is synced up between the desktop and the The only problem with the recommendation, JDO, is that different wallets are better for different people. I can't just give blanket recommendations. For new users, people that want to keep it simple, I would highly recommend Tangem. For a super user that wants to manage lots of crypto, I would highly recommend Ledger. Is my number one because it's more compatible. For people that are worried about Ledger, I would say go with the Trezor. Or people that are super secure, I'd say maybe go with an air gap solution like Keystone 3 Pro or Elipal or even the NGRAVE wallet. But then NGRAVE is really expensive, so I'm not going to recommend NGRAVE for everybody. So I know everyone always asks me, what wallet do you recommend? But it's different for different people. But my top three are Tangem, Ledger, and Trezor, for different reasons. So that's syncing. Maybe if you do that, your Flare will show up properly. How do I sync my Ledger mobile app? In Ledger Live Mobile, on the Wallet tab, scroll down and select See Assets tap sign. Thank you. Yeah, Ledger, Trezor, and Tangem would be the top three. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth. Elipal, yeah. Really depends on your skill set and what you like and need. Yeah, a lot of people swear by Cold Card. And they say, if you're not using Cold Card, you're an idiot. But Cold Card is very difficult to use, I've found. A little bit inconvenient, but very secure. Yeah. Same with Elipal and Keystone 3 Pro. Difficult to use, but very secure. So what can you say? On the sync issue on Ledger Live, must the person manually sync every time, or is there a setting to sync with every startup? No. If you're adding new cryptos to your desktop, each time you add a new crypto, you should do it on both. Because unless, like I said, if it's a like a token, like a ERC20 token, like you buy some more, like you go out and you buy like SHIB token, and you put it in your Ethereum wallet, you should see that in your mobile app, right? Because it's an ERC20 token. If you've added it to an existing wallet that's already synced on the mobile device, then you should see it. Even if you've never used it before. Like, for example, there's my Flare tokens. But that's an ERC20 version of Flare. I don't know if there's like a native version of Flare. But yeah, I mean, if it's like, say it's Cardano, I go out and I buy some Cardano, and I go out and I download the Cardano app. I set up a Cardano account in my desktop Ledger Live. I'm going to need to go do the same thing in my mobile app, unless I want to do the desktop export, right? So I think you could delete the Cardano app. I don't know how you do it on the mobile. I hate to say this, but I'm not a huge fan of this mobile app, to be honest. I can't even figure out how to delete an account. It's not clear cut. That's kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to delete accounts. It would be nice if it was straightforward, but it's not. Yeah, sorry. This always happens when I'm live. I'm like, what? What? Yeah, I can't figure it out right now. Not live. But the desktop sync works really easy. It's very easy, right? But, otherwise you would say, oh, okay, I want to go to my Ledger. I want to pair up with my device, which I need to do. There's my Ledger Nano X, this one, right? Just pair it up. All right, it's doing the genuine check. I have it connected to my computer, but the Bluetooth still works. All right. And I wouldn't need to add the app from here because I've already done it on the desktop, right? The app is on the device already. But if I added a brand new app and put a new crypto account over on my Ledger Live desktop, I would need to do the same thing on the phone, either by syncing it to the device or by doing that desktop export. Every time you add a new crypto with a new account, yes, you need to. There's no auto sync on the mobile side. Okay, let's see if I can get to some more questions here. Diesel Kane. Okay, so yeah, we could do a video for new users and my recommendations for new users. Makes sense. Mary King, why does my BTC say I have no BTC when I sent $17 to my Coinbase, trying to send it to Tangem for practice? Good question. Why does my Bitcoin say I have no BTC when I sent $17 to Coinbase? So you sent $17 worth of Bitcoin from Tangem to Coinbase, if that's correct, Mary. Has it been a day or two, or has it only been like 20 minutes? One thing you have to remember about Coinbase is that you can send crypto into your Coinbase account, and your Coinbase will see that it came in, but it won't show it in your balance until it fully confirms on the blockchain. That could take, I've had that take hours before. It's a little bit frustrating, but it just depends. Sometimes you can send Bitcoin over to your Coinbase account, and it'll hit the account within minutes, and you'll have full access to it. You'll see it in My Assets, right? You'll show that you have a Bitcoin balance. But sometimes not. Sometimes it takes it a while. Just patience. But you can look in your primary balance, and it'll show you if you have a pending incoming in Coinbase, right? So you can see here in my list of transactions that they're all my Bitcoin transactions are, past in history. But if you send Bitcoin into Coinbase and you don't see it in your balance, you can look in your Bitcoin in the Bitcoin area under primary balance, and you can see a pending. It'll tell you got a pending incoming. It might take it a while before it actually hits the account. Let's go over here and just double check over in my, let's go to Tangem. You can see that the transfer worked just fine. I don't remember what it was at the beginning. I think it was $98, so I lost a couple of bucks transferring back and forth between the two wallets. But it was a good demo, I thought. Let's go over here. The device is disconnected, but we should be able to see that we had an incoming and an outgoing in the Bitcoin. Right, there we go. So we got our received and we got our sent. And then the Ethereum is the same thing. We got it. It came in and it went back out. You can see we lost like 48 cents there. And then on the Bitcoin, it looks like looks like identical, right? We got 54 in, we got 34.54 in, 34.54 out. But I believe that sent amount includes the fee, right? So it's 55 cents, I believe, the outgoing Bitcoin fee. I can't remember exactly, but we lost some coming back and forth. But it's fine. We're okay. I mean, we can look at it here pretty easily. We can see that we sent some Bitcoin out and we got some back in, and you can see the difference between what we sent out and what we got back in Bitcoin. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal. We lost a little bit. If you have used Phantom Wallet with Sol, you might have an airdrop from when? Okay, that's interesting. Let's go here. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. What's this? When? This? There's a couple of these. There's a bunch of them, actually. I don't know which is which. Oh, this says Solana. Okay, so is it this? I haven't used Phantom in a while. I don't think I have it installed here at the moment. It might be in this browser. No, I'd have to reinstall Phantom. But my Phantom wallet was connected to my Ledger device. So it's the same wallet that I can see in Solflare. Right, when I go to Solflare, maybe I have when, but maybe I need to go claim it using my Phantom wallet. I don't know. Right. But I'm never worried about where anything is because I know where it is. It's on my Ledger. Just connect my Ledger. So I connect my Ledger to Solflare for Solana. I connect my Ledger to MetaMask if I want to do Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, Ethereum, or I use Kepler for the Cosmos. All of these wallets all I have to do is connect my hardware device, which is why I still recommend Ledger for, any serious crypto person that wants to, have the flexibility of all the, and we're talking top 10 cryptos here, right? I'm not talking about like obscure little cryptos. Whoops, boop-a-doo-boop-boo. Where'd I go? Whatever. All right, we looked at the top 10. We got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, right? So I want to manage my Solana with my Ledger device. I can do that. If I want to manage my Cardano with my Ledger device, I can do that. Avalanche. Where's Cosmos? Okay, Cosmos is down at 25, but hey, right? So these are serious cryptos, right? Anyway. All right. How is the radium staking doing? Oh, I unstaked all that radium after I did that demo. I'm not a huge fan because a site like that where you do liquidity staking is not really set and forget, right? Because I'm a set and forget kind of guy. I don't want to have to like go in there and tweak it every day. So like liquidity pools and stuff like that are a bit risky. You've got I forget what that's called, where you could lose money. Oh, I can't forget the term. Improbable loss, incomparable loss, intangible loss, whatever they call it. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I did that demo and then I went back and unstaked everything and put it back directly into Sol. I still have the radium, though, but I'm not staking anything. You know, I still got the radium. But I prefer to just hold crypto rather than do the staking, unless it's natively stakeable. I should be staking Solana, but I'm not. Like, I'm staking my ADA and I'm staking my Cosmos, you know, all the stuff on Cosmos. That's kind of set and forget. Yeah. Dude, your thumbnails are looking awesome. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. I believe when is if you use Jupiter on Solana. Yeah, I don't think I'd use Jupiter. Airdrops are nice. I remember when MetaMask sent out their Uniswap. I remember when Uniswap sent out their Uni tokens, and like if you had used Uniswap with MetaMask, man, you just got like that was like $1,000. I remember it was like freaky. I was like, oh my God, I just got $1,000 worth of this Uniswap token. And I wasn't even planning on that one. But most airdrops are worthless, and a lot of times they're associated with scams. So be very careful when claiming airdrops, especially if it's connected to your hardware device, that kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. And I want to thank everybody that was here. Kenny, thank you so much for the news every day and for being here early and the moral support of having you here. Thank you, Dan and JDO, both of you, for doing your moderation. As always, I thank you so much for being here. If I didn't get to your question, please shoot me an email. thecryptodad@gmail.com. It's also in the description down at the very bottom, ways to contact me. Please contact me if I didn't get to your question. Jack Goldstein, thank you so much for supporting me and becoming a member tonight. I want to thank all of you who were just here listening. Anyone that jumped in and asked a question or made a comment. It's always great to have lots of people in here. Also, I know there were a couple of subscribers tonight, so thank you for that. I believe Andrew Kuhn and I don't see I know there was one subscription tonight and I missed that, but thank you so much. Let's see, let's go over here. Once again, I do this every week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. Also, join me on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. for the Hardware Wallet Roundup, where the focus is on hardware wallets and other security issues. Join me there. That's usually about an hour, like I said, every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click. That will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and